Hi, thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time, and if you've been here before then thank you and welcome back. So in today's video, as you can see, I will be showing you how I clean my rat cage. So currently in this cage I have 5 female rats. I have to clean them between 2 to 3 times a week, but I will go through how I do that now. So first things first, I don't put my rats in any kind of container or anything because this is their free roam room and they're perfectly safe to just run around and do their own thing whilst I'm cleaning them out. So I start off by emptying the cage, taking absolutely everything out, and I have lots of little assistants helping me, as you can see. So in an effort to avoid plastic use that I don't need, what I do is I actually get one of my plastic tubs that I already have and I put all of the litter into there, and then once I'm done I will shake it off into the bin itself in the kitchen. So I think it just saves me using a plastic bag every time I do this. Normally what I would do is I would shake everything off and I would put it separately on the floor, but for the purposes of this video I have just shoved everything in there and I dealt with it later so that it didn't take up too much time. Here you can see all of my girls are saying hi. Cleaning my rats out is one of my favourite jobs, as you can see, because they all come to say hello, they like to get really involved, and I get so excited when I'm putting them back in the cage after once I'm done. Look, you can just see they're everywhere, they're just so excited to see what's going on right now. So I know I said that I clean them out 2 to 3 times a week, so every single day I will change out the hammocks which are in their cages, and this is because I find that when I was doing it less, they were much more susceptible to getting upper respiratory infections. I also clean their litter trays daily, so as you can see there I just use some fabric to clean off the litter. What I'm pointing at here, it's not blood, but it is paraffin. So some of my girls have had quite a few respiratory issues in the past. So I did monitor this really closely when I'd spotted this, clean them out, and it didn't come back the next day. So it, for me, wasn't a vet visit, but we do monitor our girls really closely. So the spray that I'm using, as you can see here, is F10. So we use the smallest bottle and we use it for absolutely everything around the house. So it's a veterinary disinfectant. I'm not saying to do this, but personally we use this in our kitchen, bathrooms, everything, because it comes in a really strong concentrated form and we just dilute it ourselves and make our batches of bottles at a time, and that's what we use. So I think the instructions say for a normal disinfection you leave it for 5 minutes. So what I would do is spray the litter tray and just leave that on for 5 minutes. The parts which are not high traffic areas I will just spray and wipe off again just to give them a little clean. So for those areas which I'm cleaning now, I prefer to spray the cloth and then give it a quick wipe, because I find if I just spray the plastic directly it gets absolutely everywhere. So what you couldn't see at the start of this was I already took out all of the dirty hammocks and I replaced them. So then if anything is in the hammocks and falls down, I won't have to then re-clean the floor once I'm done. Just little silly tricks that I do to make the job a little bit easier for myself. So once I'm done with that, I give the litter tray a really good wipe down. The litter which we use is the Back to Nature, the little grey paper kind of pellets. That's the one we found is most effective so far, and I believe it's the most sustainable ones out of the ones I've found. If anyone has any other suggestions, please let me know. I'm always up for new ideas. So I just really quickly scrub everything down because that does get quite stinky. So what we choose to use is these Tesco bath mats, just because Tesco is the cheapest place we found them. You can see the girls bite all of the little bobbly bits off, but we've not had any issues with them getting their feet stuck, anything like that. So we find that best for the smells. I know a lot of people prefer to have dig bases. Whenever we've tried anything, we've had so many issues with the girls getting flare-ups with their respiratory issues that we have found that the cotton is just the absolute best way for us to go. But you can see as part of their enrichment, they have a 40 centimetre deep dig box on the left, which is something that they play in all the time, dig holes in their free roam. So I feel like we do offer that for them as well as, you know, their basic needs that they need to have. Okay. So here I just had old blankets. old bath mats that I just cut up and put in. And then I'm just quickly showing you the food we choose to scatter feed, so I can do a video on what I feed them another time if that's something that would be interesting. So we just scatter feed on the base level. Sometimes we pop a few bits in the top as well, where the other hammocks are. I don't always do this because I find that it gets really messy, especially if the girls like pee on the food and it's just a bit ugh. Here's Munchie getting lots of kisses because she was in the way. Okay, so this is the part of the job I don't like too much. It's the base. It just gets really stinky. So what I would normally do is I'd shake it out and I change this fabric maybe every 2 to 3 times I clean them out. It doesn't necessarily need to be cleaned every time. So then I give everything a good wipe down. And the absolute most important thing when I am putting the base back in is to check that there are no rats in the cage underneath. As you can see, that's what I'm doing now, because they often like to go in there, you know, tight spaces and hide and get in the way. So here I'm just coaxing out Munchie, and I just have to make sure that no one gets in whilst I'm doing that before I get the tray in. So I can then pop the tray away, and that is my rats done. Obviously I change their waters every day as well, clean their bottles. I often like to use white vinegar to clean the bottles. We also do have a dish which is cleaned at least once a day. Sometimes we find the girls do get pee in it and stuff like that. Thank you for watching. There's a speedy video of us, and here's my little Remy and Bitey playing. Take care. Thank you.